hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. But in all seriousness, it looks like US and Israel have launched a joint major attack on Iran, specifically Tehran. Wanted to talk about that, guys. Before we get into it, just want to say that I'm going to be doing this breaking news segment where when something major like this recent event happens, I'm gonna try to release a video. It's a little tough since I have other life stuff to do. Like today, I was just vacuuming and cleaning up the house, and as you can see, I do have a new set. Also, look out for the new podcast episode coming out. We're gonna be talking about the death of the cartel leader. According to the NBC News, the United States has launched major combat operations in Iran, joined by Israel. It sounds like it's it's the other way around. Honestly, it was Israel's idea, and then America was joined on it. The responsibility still falls on the United States for doing that. It looks like Iran's leaders were targeted in those airstrikes. So I know these were targeted for the naval base. There was an all-girls school that was targeted and many lives were lost. I believe it was 51 lives. Trump urges was urging for a regime change. So he wanted to pretty much take over the government. When America and Israel hit Iran, they retaliated just by firing multiple missiles at Israel, as well as some U.S. bases across the region of the United Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait. Reports said that they were getting close to diplomacy. Tehran, Israel, and America, they were interested in de-escalation and willing to talk to the US and Israel if they just halted their attacks. This happened overnight. I remember I was still in bed last night. I couldn't sleep. And then all of a sudden I got the news that this joint attack happened. And that woke me up. That didn't help my cortisol levels at all. The US did this because they pinned it on the fact that there were nuclear talks going on in Iran, as well protests going on with the current Iran regime. Yes, I was calling for this, but I did not want to be right about this at all. I just want to put it out there. I was against this war starting because Russia and China were conducting military trainings about a few days ago or last week when America decided that they were in talks about this. Russia and China were pretty much defending Iran. They weren't defending them necessarily, but they were conducting military exercises to communicate if America or Israel attacks, then we're going to do something. I'm curious to see if Russia or China will do something about it. It looks like even Tucker Carlson denounces this because he said that this is absolutely disgusting and evil. It will definitely have a significant effect on Trump's political movement, even though his polls are definitely showing majority of disapproval among Americans. It's bad when conservatives like Tucker Carlson are not in support of this war, as well as Charlie Kirk, because I know he also said that he wasn't for this either about a year ago when he was still alive. Rest in peace, Charlie. We didn't agree on everything, but that doesn't mean I wish death upon anyone. So yeah, it was difficult to hear this news. I honestly wasn't expecting it because I thought it was one of those things where America was just gonna keep threatening, make threats. At the same time, I know in that first episode, I did say that the aircraft carriers, two of the biggest ones, the USS Abraham Lincoln and the USS Gerald R. 4, were coming to the towards the Middle East, getting prepared. Like there was no way that they were doing all that just for shows. I also know that there was a little toilet issue with the Gerald R. 4, so that put a delay. You would think with all that technology and money we invest in these, that it would be not having these toilet plumbing issues. That was a little funny to me. I genuinely think that this is an attempt to distract from the Epstein files. This keeps coming up that there is increased pressure for the DOJ, for Trump to release unredacted Epstein files. I think the other biggest reason is because Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu is pressuring Trump to help carry out his attack. And like I said, Iran didn't have nukes. There was no evidence that they had nukes. We were all close to talks about reaching a diplomacy, but that failed. And then Trump decided to just help Israel do a joint attack and kill innocent civilians. It's crazy to me that foreign influences such as Israel, Russia, or even China can play such a big role in America's military operation. Like, it's crazy to me that one man's wishes in a completely different state is wanting to wage war on Iran just because he sees them as the next biggest threat in the Middle East, is on board with getting Trump, manipulating him. I don't know if he has dirt on him or whatever, but either way, the result is the same. He's clearly helping him. He feels the need to help Netanyahu and see and recognize Israel as a complete ally. I don't know what to call it, because on one hand, allies defend each other when they're at risk for war. But in this case, it didn't seem like Iran was going to do anything hostile towards Israel. Israel just felt the need to do what's called a preemptive strike, because they were just hitting them before there was even any danger, before there was a risk of getting attacked. Iran was all for diplomacy. Iran was all for stopping their nukes. On the other hand, I do want to recognize that Iran, with all the strikes and protests going on, their regime isn't good either. Like, I'm not saying Iran has the best regime, but does that mean that America has to necessarily be involved in that? I'll leave that question to you guys if you guys want to comment or put your opinions in the chat about that. But in my opinion, it doesn't seem like America should intervene on this, just because regime overthrow was going to happen anyways eventually. Like, they were killing lots of protesters. They even shut out the Wi-Fi for a while. I think it still is shut down. Let me know what you guys think. Please hit like and subscribe. I'm still building a following, so would really appreciate if you guys can share this video on your social media. I'll be releasing the second episode pretty soon here. I'm thinking by Monday or Tuesday latest, and that will be with my co-host Rico. I know you guys miss him. He wasn't able to be with me today because, again, this is breaking news, and I really want to get this video out there. I know there's always two sides to these things, so let me know. It reminds me of back in 2003 when Bush wanted to invade Iraq just to overthrow the regime at the time too. So I thank you guys, and I appreciate you.